What's up, y'all? So, breaking news, Kevin Durant finally got traded and is to the Houston Rockets for a couple of second round picks, a 2025 first round pick, Dylan Brooks, and Jalen Green. And the Rockets receive Kevin Durant. So, this is very interesting. Second round picks, cool. First round pick, cool, but it's Houston's pick. And here's the thing. Desmond Bain. There we go. Desmond Bain just got traded for a bazillion picks, and so realistically, I think it was four first round picks, I believe. So Kevin Durant getting traded for that many little first round picks is kind of crazy. Even if he is older player, he's still really good player. Not even say really. That's disrespectful. He's a great player actually. It's just that Phoenix, how their team was constructed, in my opinion, made zero sense. And I just think the lack of point guard play when you have Kevin Durant is really minimizing how effective he can be for your offense and your defense. Because I feel like Phoenix just had a bunch of nothing. They had a bunch of players who I don't want to say they didn't like each other, but I just feel like they had a bunch of players who didn't really make sense as a collective, and it just costs the team, a playoffs run. So I think Houston, I don't want to say Houston fleeced Phoenix. I think it's hard to tell because I don't know what is going to happen with the rest of the Phoenix team. They still need to move and change up a lot of pieces. They're not going to be contenders for a long time. And it's unfortunate because Devin Booker, in my opinion, deserves better. He's given Phoenix nothing but his best. And in return, they've just given him shitty roster after shitty roster after shitty roster. And what I mean, not just by shitty roster, by just all the players being asked, but the construction is not serious. The head coaches they've given him have been on serious. And I just feel like if you're going to build around Devin Booker, build around Devin Booker and get him the pieces you need. Having three shooting guards on the same team is not a serious roster construction. Now, I get it. Bradley Beal is a huge factor into the construction of this team because he has a no trade clause because of Washington. So he is sitting there refusing to move because his family loves Arizona or whatever excuse he wants to say. And so he's just taking up a roster spot and he's not going to become any better. I think that, again, having three shooting guards and putting Booker at the point guard position or something, it doesn't make sense. His roster is really wonky. And I don't think Jalen Green is a good replacement for Kevin Durant. I think that Jalen Green's inconsistency is the real thorn in his career so far. Very young career still, but in his career so far, I don't think he's going to develop as a better player in Arizona. I think there's a lot of other teams with better coaching staffs and more of a veteran presence that could do Jalen Green way better. I just don't think that Houston, he kind of phased out because obviously not only just Kevin Durant being on that team or getting traded to that team, but also I just think his inconsistency really rubbed the team the wrong way because getting to the second seed and then kind of failing like that really is unfortunate. I hope he grows from that experience. I hope he's in the lab, continue to grow, continue to find his shot, be more consistent because he's a flamethrower when he wants to be. He's a very dynamic player when he wants to be, but it's just not consistent enough, especially at the playoff level. But I don't think AZ is going to be where he's at, especially with Bradley Beal on that roster. So I just do not like that fit. For Houston, this is a huge boost because you have a lot of vets on this team now that can really, the timelines fit very well for this thing. How, in my opinion, how Houston's roster is right now is where Golden State could have been if Draymond didn't punch Jordan Poole in the face. I joke, but I really do mean this is how you make a team full of vets with young guys who are also a very talented young group, and you get them on the same timeline. And when the vets are gone in a couple of years, and it's just this young core, hopefully can stick together even with the second apron. There will be the vets, and then you bring young guys. You know, this is how you do. This is how you make a proper team and make the windows match. And Kevin Durant being 36, but 37 when the season will start, he's still Kevin Durant. And I personally think, obviously, you watch the series, this playoff run, they needed that big ticket shot maker and shot creator, and they have one. And Kevin Durant is going to give them some easy buckets down the stretch. He's going to be able to be that. Hey, we need someone to get this last shot off. You have a Hall of Famer on your team now. The Rockets have a Hall of Famer on their team. They haven't had one since James Harden, so they have a Hall of Famer on the team. They have two guys on that team. I'm trying to think. I think it's just two guys so far. They have two guys who have championship experience, and Fred VanVleet and Kevin Durant. I really like Udoka's coaching philosophies. I think he can get a little ahead of himself sometimes, and I think he gets a little too cute when it comes to certain defensive schemes, especially when it comes to facing Golden State. He just outcoaches him. I don't know, outcoaches him. I don't know what the words say, but Golden State can be his kryptonite. I think that will change with him having a bona fide bucket on his team, but I don't think they lose too much of the defensive presence while adding a huge veteran piece and a shot creator and shot maker in Kevin Durant, and someone who doesn't dominate the ball possession. I think is also very huge for the consistency and chemistry of this team. I think they definitely need someone who doesn't demand the ball as much and can be an efficient scorer. Because Kevin Durant, I believe, is still a very efficient scorer, which is very important here. And consistent scoring. So that's great. So he adds consistency to this team. A young slash vet Rockets team, which I think is very important. Team defense, I think is going to really elevate, especially now that they can keep up. Hopefully, they can keep up with the scoring. So now their defense can really create extra possessions, extra chances. So I really like that for Houston. Again, I don't want to go as far as say they fleeced Phoenix, but you could say, after everything I just said, it's hard to say, hey, dude, they definitely fleeced Arizona. I don't know. Arizona can be like, you know what, we're going to flip Jalen Green for someone else. I doubt it. I think knowing Arizona, especially this kind of trade for Kevin Durant, I refuse to believe you couldn't get a better package for Kevin Durant. I don't think the Rockets trade away their future. I think they're in win now mode, and this is, like I said, this is the way to make a perfect window for your vets who are really good still, but also your young guys who are really talented and starting to get into their own. And you have a perfect balance right now, in my opinion, a very good balance of vet presence and young talent that's also have playoff experience now. Like I really like what the Houston Rockets did. This move makes me know the Houston Rockets are taking their players seriously. They're in win now. They love their city. They're competitive and they're ready to go. I like this. I really like this. And shout out to Houston, man. Games are going to be lit in the Toyota Center. Real quick, Miami Heat reports came out that Miami Heat didn't want to trade a bunch of their young guys. They didn't want to trade. I don't think they want to really. Basically, they didn't want to trade any of their assets. I don't know how you get a Kevin Durant, even at 36, 37 going into the season. That, like, I don't know how you get him without trading away some of your pieces. I forgot who it was last offseason before that. You didn't want to get rid of Tyler Hero or Bam. Then you don't want to get rid of this or that. They don't get rid of players who are super young. What Pat Riley, bro? I'm telling you, the Heat will not be relevant again until Pat Riley is gone. And it sucks because, and I don't know if this is going to happen, but it would really suck for Eric Spoelstra to be fired or just want to leave. It'll be a very huge loss for the Heat if for whatever reason, Eric Spoelstra is no longer the head coach on that team, and it's because Pat Riley and upper management there don't want to put a good team together. Because this Heat team is really bad. It's been bad for a long time. And do not let Jimmy Butler's heroics make you believe that this was ever a good team. It has been a very poorly put together team and a very poorly ran franchise for a very long time. Jimmy Butler was just playing out of his mind and carrying the hell out of this team for a very long time. And also because of Adam Silver and this play-in tournament, that's the only reason why the Heat were even, in the mix. Because 4 years ago, this would have been one of the worst teams in the league because it would have even made a playoff run. So I don't want to hear all that. This is a very poor team. No type of leadership on this team. What are they doing? You have Bam Adebayo, which I think is one of the best players in the league. They don't want to build around him. They don't want to build around Tyler Hero. Who are you building around? What are you building around? You're just building around ego right now. And Eric Spoelstra, being the great coach that he is, in my opinion, has fooled Pat Riley and others into thinking he can just take any other team into the playoffs and make another run. And I just know the NBA is different. The NBA is so different. And this is part of the problem the Knicks had back when Phil Jackson was making decisions for them during the start of the Porzingis era. Like, the NBA is very different. And these old guys are just from a different era. And they do not need to be making executive decisions anymore if they don't want to change and adapt. And the only way you do that, being that old, is either you're super smart and savvy, or you have a bunch of younger guys around you helping you make an informed decision or decisions. And clearly Pat Riley doesn't have that because this is terrible. You missed out on having an actual scorer alongside Tyler Hero and Bam, who could help that, not only the offense, but help with team defense and really make you a better consistent team. Because Miami cannot find buckets. And this past season, should have showed they just have trouble. And the fact that you're not willing to give up anything for Kevin Durant, I mean, you're never going to be a serious factor in the NBA. You could have went out there and got Donovan Mitchell before, and you slacked on that because you just don't want to give up much. You don't want to have a star player. I don't know if because what happened with LeBron just burned Pat Riley to the point where he's like, I don't believe in a superstar. I don't believe in anything. I don't know. I really don't know. But they're wasting Bam Adebayo, man. They're wasting him. And it's very unfortunate what they're doing. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. Let me know what your thoughts are on this Kevin Durant trade. I like it for Houston. I don't like it for Phoenix. I just am very shocked that this is the best you get for Kevin Durant. Because I don't believe that Dylan Brooks or Jalen Green are going to elevate this team to another level. I think they're going to miss the playoffs again. That's just me. See you on the next one. Peace.